The Bourne Legacy picks up right in the aftermath of Bourne Ultimatum, where Jason Bourne exposes the dirty deeds of Operation Blackbriar, and the CIA decides to cut ties with the program, which in result means killing all current field agents. But what they don't expect is, one survives. This is the Critic Spotlight.
Can't get some?
Will you give yourself to this program?
Yes, sir.
There is nothing that you wouldn't do for this country. You have the strength to do what's necessary.
Hey guys, just got back from seeing The Bourne Legacy, and before I even get into the review, I want to just put out there that I'm a huge fan of the Bourne trilogy. It ranks up there pretty high as one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Bourne Ultimatum is one of my favorite films of all time. So, when I first heard there was going to be a fourth film without Matt Damon and the director, Paul Greengrass, I was skeptical. I really felt like the third film wrapped up the trilogy pretty well. But once I saw the teaser trailer for Bourne Legacy back with the Avengers, I got more excited for the film. Seeing Jeremy Renner take over the reins, I thought he was perfect for the role. And as a whole, it just looked like it had that Bourne feel to it, and I felt like I was going to be really happy with this film. But in the end, the film wasn't as good as I thought it would be, or I even hoped to be. And okay, I'm going to get off to what I liked first about this film. Like I said at the beginning, I was excited to see Jeremy Renner taking the reins, because I felt he was a really capable actor, and I've liked him in the stuff I've seen him in, Hurt Locker, The Town. I know he's a good actor, and he did really well in this role. He wasn't as good as Matt Damon, but I felt comfortable enough with him in the lead role. And also, I liked Rachel Weisz with him. She played an alright character. I felt her character's a little predictable. It's been done before. But I felt that the main thing is they two really played well off each other, and that helped a lot in the film. Another thing I liked about this film was the action sequences. There's not many action sequences in the film. If you total it up, you'd probably only get about 12 minutes of action, which I thought was really weird for a Bourne film, because the other three are really known for being action-packed, and it didn't have it in this one. But I liked the directing style this film took. This marked the first time Tony Gilroy has directed a film in the franchise. He's most known for help write in the first three films. And what I liked the most about his directing was that he leaned back on the shaky cam. If you remember Bourne Ultimatum, there was a lot of shaky cam in it, and I remember watching it and getting real nauseated watching it, and there was still some shaky cam in this film, but it was really toned back a lot, and I really liked that they did that. But when looking at everything in the film as a whole, those are really the main positives. There's a lot that disappointed me in this film. One thing was Edward Norton. If you look at the trailers, you really think his character is going to play a really big role in this film. And they even hint at a history between him and Jeremy Renner's character, but they never really go into detail in it, and it's really underdeveloped. You don't really care about Edward Norton's character. They literally show one scene in the entire film, and pretty much it they do with his character. Something else I like about the film was the story. While the whole main purpose of the film is Jeremy Renner's character trying to get these pills to be able to continue having these abilities he's got. And while all this is going on in the main film, in the background we see that Jason Bourne is doing something as well. And we got the trial of Treadstone too, all going on at the same time. And when you're looking at it, that is a really interesting story. Everything they mentioned going on in the background, and I would really have liked to seen that more. It's sort of, while you're watching the main film, you keep thinking there's something better going on here, and you'd really rather see that. Another thing is, another complaint I had was the ending. It was like the last act of the film is pretty good. It's really action packed, and they even hint at a huge fight scene that we all thought was going to happen, but before any of it happens, they cut it off really short, and you end up seeing nothing, and it's basically just a cop out, and it's like they basically cut out a lot so they could do a sequel, which I feel like a film should try to do its best to stand on its own and not just make room for a sequel like Dark Knight did. It worked as a standalone film and a sequel. But those are my main gripes with the film. I mean, it's still an enjoyable film. It's just you're left with that feeling that this isn't the Bourne films that we've come to like. And I felt if this film would have been just a standalone film, no connections to the Bourne series, it would have been thought of as better. But when you have the high quality of the Bourne films, this feels slightly like a disappointment. It's still got some good acting and directing. It's not a terrible film, and I've seen a lot worse this year. But it's just they could have done so much more. There was a lot of room for stuff they could explore, and I felt like they took the shortest route possible, and they basically just made a film for the sake of making a film. If they continue the franchise past this film, which it might not do that great, I'd really like to see if they could get him back, the fifth Bourne film, and focus on everything that Matt Damon's character was doing in the background of this film as like a spin-off type thing, and then bring him and Jeremy Renner's character together for the sixth film. I feel like that's the best route they could probably take with these films. What I'd recommend for this film is you could probably wait and watch it on DVD or rent it when it comes out, because you're not going to miss anything if you don't see it at the theater. You'd probably just be best seeing The Dark Knight Rises again. It's probably a while before we see a film better than that, but that's my recommendation. The final grade I'll give for this film is probably a B-, because it did have some positive qualities. It just didn't have enough positive qualities. If you guys have seen the film, comment below and tell me what you thought about it, or if you're thinking about seeing it. Just give me your ideas and thoughts on what you like about the series, what you like about this film, or where you would like to see the series go in the future. Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, click the subscribe button, or if you're interested in follow me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter as well. Links are below. Thanks again for watching, guys. This has been the Critic Spotlight.
Everything. We both did.